Alright guys, we are filming a brand new video, and in this video, we got quite a doozy story time for you. Yeah, this is a video that I just thought about making, so let's get into it. So, this took place in my 9th grade year, like a lot of not so great stuff has happened. I mentioned a lot of this stuff before in a previous horror stories video, but this is basically how this almost ended up. Some of you might know that I almost got two teachers at the high school at the school I was at, completely terminated. One more than the other one. Like, one was first, and then there was the next one. So, I'm going to tell you the first one. The first one was the art teacher. And I'm looking at you. You know, because I'm looking at you. Yeah, you man. You told me the first day that I was there that she was rude and disrespectful. You might not remember this, but I did this I don't think you were even there when it happened. I think you weren't even there, so you might not remember it. But I almost got that art teacher fired. And here's how I did it, alright? So what happened is that she, there's a student that I've had very, very negative thoughts about, and it's a female in the class that we just graduated with. I'm not going to mention any names, but if you know who you are, you're exposed. So quit whining in the comments. So, I'm not going to, it's not because you're female, because you're nuts. She tried to question me. She tried to bother me, and I told her to stop. And then the art teacher said, "Who are you telling to stop?" And then I had enough with her all year. Some of you guys weren't even expecting it, but what I did is I basically said, I said it just like this. I'm going to say, and I quote here, "Then if you're that effing," I'm going to have to bleep it out that I've said a few not so PG rated words to her because she deserved it. I'm gonna bleep them out right now. I'm gonna say the first letter and then the suffix, and then if it's another word that doesn't have it, I'll just say blank. Okay, so what I said is, here we go. I said, then if you're gonna be an effing blank, then why don't you act more like a mature adult, because you're an effing piece of blank. And then she said, "Excuse me, what did you just say to me?" I said, "You're an effing stupid art teacher." And she said, "How?" I'm like, "You know what? If you keep, I'm like, you know what? If you keep this up, not only am I going to get you fired, but I'm going to get you banned for life from ever teaching at this school again in any class, because you don't need to be here. Because you shouldn't be treating your students like this." Because she tried to bother me twice this week, and now you think I'm going to put up with that crap? You're already giving him crap, and now you're going to put up with mine? No, you're not. Because I'm like, you know what? Just sit down. No, I'm not going to sit down. I'm not leaving and going anywhere. Because if you think that you can get away with this stuff, well, F you, because you're not gonna do any. You're not doing any of these 8 people in here any good, including me. And I'm one of those 8 people. Because if you want to go ahead and just leave, I am going to tell that I almost told the head of school the whole story about what she did, and I would have basically made sure that she was the bad guy. And I would have done it, but I just never did it because I just never had the time to do it. And she basically just glared at me and then just never said a word. And then you know what I called her? I'm not gonna say the word, but it was pretty nasty. I called her a mother blanker, and everybody was like, "Oh my god!" Oh my goodness. I can't believe he did it. And then she was like, what did you just call me? And I repeated myself, you're a blanker. Yeah. If you want to go ahead and quit right now, I can go ahead and make you quit. Because you deserve to be fired. The way you act. So, I mean, that's what the art teacher. And now here's the dude. This is my 9th grade teacher. Oh, yeah. Did I not like her? Oh, she was a nightmare. She scammed me. She did all this kind of stuff to me. She's in North Carolina now, and I don't wish her well at all. I do not. Because she was an idiot. She was an absolute idiot to me. She scammed me. She basically just ruined my entire 9th grade year. Pretty much entirely. Because even if I was in the other class, it still wouldn't have made any difference because I would still have to deal with you-know-who. Because if you're going to start pulling that crap, I'm going to tell you what happened. So this is the last day of school. The last day of school of 9th grade, May 31st, 2017, all right? This is the end of May 2017, last day of May. So it was a half day, and she tried to get the whole class in trouble for no reason. And then basically I wasn't going to put up with that. So what I did is I got up and said, and she tried, and then she failed and bit her in the butt. And I said, and I called her I'm not going to repeat it, but I'm not going to repeat that word because it's totally ad friendly, but I'm not big enough anyway. So yeah, I called her a so-called very colorful word, and then she was like, what did you just call me? And I repeated myself like that. I said, well, you're not going to be emailing my parents, because then I got in her face and I said, and I quote here, and this is a little bit dark. This is a little bit dark of what I said, because you got to realize I was 15, and I was super, super depressed at this time, because this is what gave me my power back. This is one of the things that gave me my power back. This is number 1, and there was number 2, and then there was number 3. There were 3 different times I got my power back. This is the first time that I was getting my power back. So the damage was already done. So she just had that look at me like, oh, what are you going to do? Then I basically said, I am glad that you lost. And I said, I think this is a little bit harsh, but it needed to be said to her. And because near Thanksgiving, she lost a family member, and that did not make me feel, because what she did to me near the end of the year, basically what I said, it to her, this nightmare teacher that I did not like at all. I think you deserve to have lost that family member, because you are the biggest scum of the earth I've ever seen. And if you think that you can do that, why don't you GTFO? If you want to know what that stands for, go look what GTFO stands for, because I'm not going to repeat it. Because, it's just when you have these stupid teachers, it's just, like, I'm like, how did they just fire her before? Because why couldn't they just fire her just before that? Because it's like, this is ridiculous. Because I pretty much roasted her. Then I basically, she said, why'd you say that to me? And I'm like, she just had that, like, shocked. I'm like, and what are you going to do? Tell my parents about this, huh? You got to tell don't be going whining to my parents, because, oh yeah, your behind you whiny is going to be out of here if you start complaining. And then she just never, and then everybody was like, oh my goodness, he did it. He got her. He got her good. I mean, he got her really good. He basically kicked her in the behind you whining, because if you're gonna start doing crap like that, you're going to pay the ultimate price. I don't care if you lost anybody. I don't care if anything happened to you or a family member, but if you pull crap like that, I don't miss word. I am 100% real with you. I don't tell you anything. I don't tell you what you want to hear. I tell you what you need to hear. I'm going to tell you what you're going to hear if you pull crap like that. I'm not going to leave any word out. If you don't like it, that's fine. You don't have to like it, but you have to still listen to me. That if you keep on doing this, you're not. It's just not going to end well for you because your whole career is just gonna go down the toilet. So why would I care if you're gonna start pulling crap on me and other people that you were harassing? And I'm looking at you. You were harassing my parents with just fraudulent emails, which you know were false. I know they're false because the reason I did that was to get you fired. And you're all the way in North Carolina right now, so I don't have anybody home with telling people about you because you're just a horrible teacher that was only here at this school for a year from 2016 to 2017. And if you're going to start pulling crap like that, it's just not going to go well for you because you've already done stuff like that. I'm pretty sure you've probably done something like that to another student at the school you're at now, and hopefully it comes down on you so hard because you need to learn your lesson and not be such a scum to any student. That included me, all your ninth graders that you had, and the students you have right now because you're in your 50s and you acted like you're like what? 5. You acted like a 5-year-old to me. And you weren't even there. I mean, you were only there for 1 year. I'm pretty sure. You were only there for a year. And you scammed me. You basically you ripped me off. I mean, I can't believe you would do something like that to a student that needs help. But I don't know why you came to the school that went to you because you were not doing anybody any good. Nobody. You put me in the wrong math class. You put me in there way too early. But I think I was ready for that stuff near the end of 11th grade and around the time you put me in there because you caused so many headaches. The reason I put all those answers as 7s, 8s, 9s, 10s, 6s, all that stuff was because I wanted to get you fired. So when I told my dad, I could just start accusing you of you doing it because you were trying to pull crap on me that I was not supposed to be in. You should have just moved me out of that class and moved me back with the other one because you are a scum of the earth. Or if someone replaced you who was way better because you know who was way better than you and I got away with a lot of stuff and then I basically told her something really nasty that you did, and I know you did it because I was there every single day that year, and you're probably thinking, well, did you get a perfect attendance award? Yeah, but I threw it away right after that because I just did not want any part of that. I did not care back then. That was another thing because that was 1 year after I graduated 8th grade. That day was 1 year after. And then I threw that perfect attendance award away. Just threw it away. I did not want it. I was like, well, I don't want this. I'm getting rid of it. I'm getting rid of it. Throwing it away. And I said, oh yeah, threw it away. Yeah, threw it away. And I don't think my parents ever found out that I threw it away. That was another trick to, like, oh boy, you're embarrassing people again. Really? Well, you gotta realize, at this point in my life, I was super, super depressed. I did not want any crap in my life. I did not want it no more. I was done. And when I had to deal with you-know-who, that teacher that did that to me, it was a lot harder for me to do what I needed to do. And this teacher was the biggest butthole I've ever seen. And hopefully she gets fired and never, ever becomes a teacher ever again. Because she needs to learn her lesson. Same with the art teacher. She's still there right now. And I hope that the wall bites her in the butt. This is DJC from One of the Walks. Hopefully that those teachers never see teaching ever again, and signing out. Have a good day. God, they need to get those teachers out. Like, seriously.